Good evening and happy Republic Day to all of you. I hope you had a great day. Now, let's start with our session. Yesterday, I think there was no assignment, and you people were going as haywire, like, where is the assignment? Where is the assignment? Don't worry about it. You are not going to get assignment every day, but today you are going to get assignment because yesterday we haven't covered some of the topics. That's why I just felt like let us skip assignment for one day. I was just feeling like what you are going to do with just variables and some of the conditions. But today you are going to get an assignment, so be prepared and be little bit of focus today. And happy Republic Day once again. Okay, so let's. Today I'm also going to tell you how to initialize a new project. I think most of you were facing a problem in using debugging that. Okay, so first you need to create a new folder. For that, just create a new folder and name it anything. Okay, name it anything like a JS in capital. I think there is a folder already. We have a folder with name JS already. Okay, so let's project. Okay, for this case, let me project. Open the folder and open VS Code here. Once you have opened the VS Code, go to your extensions here and just download live server from your extensions list. Okay, so install this. Once you have installed this, you will be getting a new icon down in the bottom tab bar. Wait for let it get load. It's going to be get load here. Till then, just create a new file with name of index.html, and it's a simple HTML file. It's a basic simple HTML file, and for that, let's create a head tag, body tag, and for now let me just use h1 here. It's just a simple. Again, I'm going to tell you how to join the JS file with your HTML. Hello world. Okay, that's enough. Now see here, you are going to get a new something new extension, go live, and once you are going to click on it, it's going to show you a new model or pop-up, and here you are going to get you're going to get your HTML is serving on this particular what is URL. Okay, so this is how I am doing my debugging, and for that I'm just opening my console here. Here I have just opened my console, and here I'm just doing my all kind of debugging stuff. So this is how I'm doing my debugging. You can go with any of your way, and for connecting a JS file with your HTML, just make another file and name it anything. I'm going with a script name script script.js, and here you can write all of your JavaScript. console.log hello. And to join your JS file with your HTML file, just go at the bottom of your HTML and use a tag script. And in the src property, just mention the name of the file in this simplest case and close the tag here. Now, when you are going to refresh your web page, let me close it. Okay. Now, when you will be refreshing your web page, let me uh, move it here. I think my PC is getting slow today. Just wait for a minute. I think Windows 11 is crashing right now. Just give me a sec. It's going to be all right. Okay. So keep the script tag inside the body tag, and here you are going to see your JavaScript code. Okay, so that's the thing I was using till now. So it is how you use your JavaScript debugging basically. Again, use the live server extension to deploy this page and use this console. Let me refresh again with a clean and simple HTML file. Okay, why sir HTML is blank? Because head, you can go with some of the tags like title here, but it's not necessary to mention all the tags because HTML is not so much of a restricted language. Let me like introduction. Oh my God, my spellings are so bad. Web programming. Okay. So I just use a title tag here. It's not necessary to mention every tag each time. I could have been gone with I've just introduction to the web programming. I just mentioned title. I can just remove this also, and it would work simply. It would work as good as now. It's not necessary to mention all of the tags. See, I have removed the head tag completely. Let's try to remove the HTML tag also. I feel like it's still going to work. Okay, see, it's still working. And let's go haywire and remove the body tag also. And it is still going to work, I think. No, we require a body tag, I think. Okay, we just need a body tag to use our JavaScript here. But as a good developer, we are going to use HTML and head. These things are related to more to HTML and CSS stuff. That's why I'm not focusing on it. If you want to learn more about the HTML, please get enrolled in our full complete web development course. Here you will get to know about everything from HTML, CSS. कल नहीं दिया था क्या? No, no. There was no assignment yesterday. Okay, let's start with our today's session. And I think yesterday I left you with a cliffhanger, and the cliffhanger was like these conditional operators. And I told you to get little do your little bit research from your side. But I know no one from you have done this thing. So let's start from a basic. Let me make a simple variable a, and let me make another variable b. So let me recall our basic arithmetic operators, and that was a plus b. So this plus is an operator, and basically it's an arithmetic operator. But yesterday I told you there are some more operators called condition operators, and this is an arithmetic operator, and basically it's going to perform some arithmetic operations on these two basically integer data type variables. I hope you remember about the data types. Data types, I think it's a data type of number, and we call it integer, int, or integer in short. Let me console log see. So it's, let me zoom it. Okay, so we got 3 here. So it's an arithmetic operator. I feel like till now no one from you should have doubt regarding this plus operator. Let's move to this particular greater than or whatever, something like it's look like a something arrow kind of thing. So basically let's use this operator and check out what we got in our console. We got false. And what is this false actually means? This means that this operator is going to check both the variables around it, a and b, and it's going to check whether a is greater than b or not. In this case our a is 1 and b is 2. So that's why 1 is obviously not greater than 2, so that's why we are getting a result of false. And this false value is a boolean, is of boolean type. It's of data type boolean. Okay, I hope you remember all the data types, and there was a data type called boolean. uh, some, we could name it anything, myWhere equals to true false. So it's a data type of boolean. It's a data type boolean. So here it's going to return something that's of type boolean, and it's going to return false. That's why C has been assigned false value, and we are getting false in our console. So these are some conditional operators, and we have greater than equals to, lesser than, and we have also have triple equals to. And this triple equals to, or for now you can use simply double equals to. It's different from this equals to. It's an assignment operator. This is an assignment operator. Single equals means assignment operator, because it's assigning something, a value that's present in its right to the left. Okay, so that's why it's called assignment operator, because it's assigning some value like 45 to the 6, something that's in its right side to its something that is in left side. So it's the assignment operator. And actually this is a uh, it's then this operator is comparing whether a and b are equal or not. So it's also like greater than or the lesser than. It's same as this. So in this case, it's going to check whether a and b are equal. If they are equal, it's going to give us a value of true, and if they aren't, then it's going to return us a value of false. So let's for now it's going to give us a value of false. Let's check, and we are getting false here. Let's make both the values equal. So let me make both the values equal, and let's see what we are getting. I hope we are going to get true here, and let me refresh and see we got true. So these are some conditional operators. And like, what are the uses of these particular boolean variables? There is a basically there is a concept of conditional statements that we are going to learn today. For that we are going to use these boolean variables. And what is this? Let me show you something. Let me write if 10 let me do 10 is greater than, let's make a variable first. My equals to look let me make a simple variable age. Okay, and let me make it 22. Now if age is greater than 18, then console.log you are old enough to vote. Okay, so these statements, this particular statement, are called conditional statements, because in the case if this particular condition inside these parentheses, these brackets, is if this is true, then everything written inside these two curly brackets is going to be executed. Otherwise it's going to ignore this. Let us try what we get in our console. Okay, let me console, and here we get you are old enough to vote. But let's assume if my age is 17, then let's see what we get in our console. We got nothing. Why? Because this condition was false here, because age is 17 and 17 is obviously not greater than 18. So JavaScript just skipped this part of code. Everything that's inside these two brackets, curly brackets, is ignored, and JS just moved on to the next line. So let me write here end of script here. Okay, here the end of script, and let's check it again. So we just got end of script here. Why? Because JavaScript just ignored this line and moved on to the next lines, because JavaScript follows a top to down approach. So this line first got executed, then this line, and it just saw that okay, this condition is false, let me skip this and let's move to next line. So these are the some of the uses of conditional statements. And what if I want to perform something if this condition is false? This line is going to be executed if the condition is true. But what should be done if this condition is false? So for that we are just going to add another statement here, and that's else statement. Let me console.log here, sorry, you are too young to vote. So this complete statement is called if-else sentence or statement. And if you're getting confused, don't worry. After this session, come back and revisit this video, because these are the concepts you have to practice a lot to get understand, because we are moving forward to some of the core concepts of JavaScript, or in case any other program language. These statements are common in every programming language. Let me see some of the chat. कल assignment नहीं दिया था. Is the JavaScript also uses dynamic typing? Yeah, JavaScript uses dynamic typing. Prakhar, what's your name? Prak Jain, I think. Prak Jain, yes. Use prompt. Yes, I think I should use prompt here. Or alert in this case. Use prompt. We are going to use a prompt and alert now. Console log is going to is becoming a little bit tedious. How can I take the age as an input? Okay, let's go with a prompt sentence. Okay, let's use prompt here to take input from the user. Don't mind my spellings again. Okay, how old are you? And we are going to use alert here. Alert is same as prompt, but its use is basically just to show something on the browser. Okay, so now let me refresh our page. Here how old are you? And you are old enough to vote. So we have just made a simple program that can check either the user is eligible to vote or not, just using if and else statement. So okay, now let me tell you little bit of advanced part of it. And okay, and if you want to know more, please do get enrolled in our course, or do visit our group link to get a one-to-one mentoring session. Okay, let's go here. Before this, I want to tell you about this. If I write true here, True, okay, so just tell me what's going to happen in this case. I think stream is 10 to 15 seconds delayed. Okay, so let me just tell you what is the output is going to be. In the case of true, the condition is always true. In this case, condition is always true. That's why this part of the code is going to be executed, and this part of code is going to be ignored. So you can see here, this line of code has gone blurred, because JavaScript is telling that this line of code is never going to be executed. This code is out of reach, because this part is going to be true always. So it's going to do this part and it's going to be ignored. In the case of false, everything got reversed. This part is always going to be ignored, and this part is always going to be executed. For that, we can just refresh. No matter what I age, see, sorry, you are too young to vote. So you just have to understand that in between these two simple brackets, if the value is true, this line of code is going to be executed. If the value is false, this line of code is going to execute it. So let me make it this again. And this particular code, age is greater than 18, this thing is called expression. Why this is called expression? Expression is anything that's generate a value. So 45, this is a expression because it provides a value of 45. 34 plus some number, this is also expression. Anything that provides an expression, it's called value. Basically anything that's provide a value is called expression. And I think I have told you about this in previous lectures. I'm just reminding you about it. And okay, so this part of block of code just ask for expression or a value. Basically expression or a value could be true directly, or a expression that is going to generate some value in the format of true or false. Let me make it age again. Okay, and there are some values that are false, forever false. There are some values that and what we call them falsy values. So these are called some falsy values. And why they are called falsy values? Because they are equals to false. For now, let me show you an example. If in this bracket, if I write 0, this part of code is never going to be executed, because 0 is equals to false. Also, blank string is also equals to false. Blank string is also equals to false, and the null is also equals to false, and undefined is also equals to false. So these are some falsy values. No mat let us try. Okay, so I am going to make enter the age of 23, and here we are going, so sorry, you are too young to vote. Why? Because this part of the code is ignored because of this zero. And if you just missed what I have just told, don't worry, just revisit the video. And also this is a little bit advanced topic, so please do check our group for the one-to-one mentoring session. Sir, without else also we can print this line. Which line? uh, what's your name? Arun. Which line you want to print without the else? Look, in case of if we just remove this else statement, then this line is going to be executed every time. So we are going to get this output. Let me show you. Let me is the 22 is the age. You are old enough to vote, and we also got the output of sorry, you are too young to vote. That's why we are using else, so that any one of these two blocks is going to be executed. Either this part is going to be executed or this part is going to be executed. These two lines cannot get executed simultaneously because they are in a if and else blocks statement. Oh, sorry. You're too young. Yes, I am. No, I'm not too young to vote. Can we know the extension that you are using for what? I'm using live server to deploy this. Is there an exam for this to grab the certificate? Mm-mm-mm. Kishan, please check our group. There you are going to get everything about these things. Uh, there is a DSA part in JS also, like other programming language. DSA. Look, DSA is actually DSA is not binded to any particular language. DSA are some algorithms and some data structure, data structures and algorithms, and everything that is related to computer is going to have data structure and algorithm. If you are using like any programming language, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's move on. Also, we can use else if. Let me show an example. Let me take an input. Uh, let's take, uh, let's prompt a question. Prompt, what is the capital of France? Okay, so we are going to prompt a question, what is the capital of France? And you have to answer by choosing three options. We have three options. Okay. And option are going to be A, B, and C. Let me write here. A, Paris, B, London, C, Rome. I hope you know what's the uh, capital of France. Let me just write it. Don't worry, it's not going to take a lot of time. Okay. So we are prompting what is the capital of France? A, Paris, B, London, and C, Rome. Let me refresh. And here we got our prompt. What is the capital of France? A, Paris, B, London, and C, Rome. Let me add a blank string here. Okay, let me do this. And if you are wondering what is this, basically it's we are using it for like just a line break. I think you have been using this thing in HTML. I'm just using same thing here. Okay, so we got some options, and let me do here. Okay, we should get a proper output. Okay, so what's the capital of France? And let's use if else statement to check this. If option is equals to A, then we are going to alert correct. Else if option is equals to B, we are going to print alert wrong. and London is the capital of England. And London is the capital of England. And in the case of else if option is equals to C, we're going to alert Rome is the capital of Italy. So look, we are chaining if else statement. If this part of the code, basically if this is expression gives us the value true, then execute this part. Otherwise just ignore this part and move to this part. Okay, next line. Else if the option is equals to B, then execute this part. Otherwise just ignore this also and move to another line. And option, if the option equals to C, then execute this part, and if it's not, just ignore it, and we are just going to execute the, like ignore everything. So let's assume here option is equals to option is C. Okay, option is C. Now what's going to be happening in this line, this particular code? Option A, this is false now, obviously. So this, it's going to be ignored, and it's also going to be false because option is close. So this is also going to be ignored, and this part of the code is going to execute. But look, it is getting little bit confusing here because of these if else statements. For that, operator const, what is this, or continue? For suggestion, I'm using AI suggestion actually. That's why I'm getting. Why we are using plus operator? Okay, we are using plus here to join these string. Yesterday I told you about we can join the string by using plus operator. Remember? Let me show you it again, just to clear your doubt. str1 hello, and let str equals to, then result can be str plus str2. So we can use plus operator, basically plus operator, to concatenate these string. To know more, please visit my yesterday's session. You will get to know about this. Okay, so let's us just run this program, and let me choose the option B. Okay, so we got the output wrong, and the London is the capital of England. Okay, let's try again. In this time, let's choose the option C, and we got wrong. Rome is the capital of Italy. And now just use A, and we are getting correct. So uh, but it got so much messy and difficult to understand. For that, we have another conditional statement, and that's called switch. And for the switch, let's just visit the official documentation. For that, you have to go web, just use this switch in JavaScript JS, and here you are going to see everything about the switch. And why I'm telling you about this basically documentation, so that you can just visit this website to learn more and to practice more. Here you will get the syntax. So I have told you about the syntax are the rules, how we are you going to use a particular language. And here you are going to get an example, and from the example you can see, in this example they have just used a script tag to write all of their JavaScript code, but we are using basically a different file for that matter, and just use this particular code switch here. And we are going to like refactor this code into switch. For the switch, for that, just use switch as a keyword. In the bracket, write use the basically variable for that, for which you are going to check conditions. And now use these curly braces, and another line of syntax is case. Case is like case 1. This is basically case where op is equals to a, and if the condition is true, what you want to do after this particular colon, you have to write what are the lines of code you want to execute, and after that you have to use break. And why we are using break, I'm going to tell you after. Let me finish the whole syntax. And for the case B, I want to print wrong and break again. For the case C, I want to alert wrong again and break. And in the case if the user have entered something else for other than A, B, C, I'm just going to use a default here, default, And default is like if all of these condition fails, case A, case B, and case C, if all of these three just false are failed, then what we have to do? So here we are going to alert invalid operation. And let me write the correct and the London is the capital of, I think, Rome is the capital of Italy, and London is the capital of England. And let's see if we are getting same exact thing. Okay, so now let me choose option B, and we got wrong. London is the capital of England. Okay, let me refresh it again. This time just I'm going to choose option Z. So we are getting invalid option, and let me refresh it again, and this time I'm going with A, and we got correct. So this is the basically syntax of such a statement. In the difference is in between if and switch. Switch can be used to check multiple conditions. Okay, for that all you have to do, write a token switch, and between these parentheses use the variable for that you are against you are going to check. Okay, if the option is equals to the case, anything right here, if like I'm going to write something like this, Sanjay. So if the option is equals to Sanjay, then anything after this colon is going to be executed. Okay, now then why we have been using this break here? Okay, let's us try without by removing these break statements. Let me remove the break statements and let's see what we are getting in our output. So I'm going to choose option A, and let's see, we got correct. I'm okay, and we just got wrong. London is the capital of, okay, again. So we are just getting all these four outputs. And why this is happening? Because after this condition is fulfilled, if the condition is true, then anything after that is going to be executed. And to break that chain, we are using this keyword, this particular break keyword, to prevent anything after this. Like once this condition is true, then after that alert is going to be like there is we are going to get a alert of correct, and also anything that comes after this is going to be executed. It's going to ignore this and ignore this also, and it's just going to execute everything. For that, like it's going to execute everything if we have missed the break statement here. So for that we are using break. So I'm just going briefly about the break switch statement, because I think it's going to take a lot of time if you are going to understand about the details of these statement. Again, your assignment is going to be make a small quiz. Once you are going to make something small project using these conditional statements, you're for sure you're going to understand how these thing actually works. And for the break, we for the default part we never use break, because after the default there is nothing to be executed. So it doesn't even matter if we provide break here or not, because there is nothing after the break default. What's the difference between single quote and the double quote? There's no difference between single and double quote. It's completely on you what you want to use and what you feel comfortable with. I mostly use single quote because I found it clean. Sir, it's almost similar to Python X. Yep. Most of the programming languages are similar. Through my experience, I know almost about 6 programming languages, and Python, Java, C++, C. There is a programming language called Dart, JavaScript, obviously, and also Go. Go is for backend development most of the time. And I have found all of these programming languages share 80% of similarity. Only the thing has is changed between these languages are just basically syntax and their use cases. So if you are good with in any one of the programming language, you can very easily learn a new programming language within a matter of days. So for this program we can use break for what program? Okay, continue or continue. Continue is used to if you want to continue a block of code, like you if you uh, continue is not, if just we just use continue here, it's going to ignore this particular block of code and just to jump out of. Do we have to have multiple life in the script JavaScript? We You can use multiple line in the string, but for the line break you have to use this particular line break /n. And what are these things called? Basically, these are called a special characters operation. I don't exactly remember what we called them, but you can Google it. These are exactly same as the HTML one. Mhm. Okay, moving on. And there is also simplest kind of conditional statements, and what we call it ternary statements. If we want to write a sum of the condition in a single line, there is no complicated stuff going on, then you can just use ternary. Let me use a ternaries. You just have to remember the syntax, and everything is same as if else. Okay, so let's use that age example again. What's your age? And we are just going, if age is greater than 18, let's go with the driving part. Okay, alert, you're not old enough to drive. So it's the first example that we have covered in the starting our session. And there is a simpler way to write this. And what is the simpler way? Just remove, actually just remove if, okay, and use question mark here. And in the place of else, use colon. And just remove these brackets. You have to remove these brackets, or you can, I think you have to remove these brackets. Let's save this. Let me remove this. Okay. So it's also like it's a shorthand for if else statement. Anyways, you can use these brackets here, I think. No, we it just accepts a single, basically a single expression or statement here, single statement. Okay, so in this case, we have converted if else into this simpler line of code. And what this actually means, if this condition is true, basically this question mark operator, it's also operator anyhow, anyways. So if this condition is true, if it's true, true, then execute this line of code, otherwise execute this line of code. Okay, so if you let us try it again. Let me refresh it. Cancel. Okay, and we got you are old enough to drive. And just memorize this for now. Just memorize this particular syntax and practice it again. And today's assignment is for you is going to be take input of email and password. Okay, basically take two user input from the user, and you have to check if the email is equals to a particular value. Let's assume if email is equals to abc@gmail.com, like if it's equals to abc@gmail.com, and if password is equals to 12345, then you have to print correct password, otherwise you have to print wrong password. And you have to do this particular assignment in all of the three conditional statements, by using if else, by using switch, and by using this particular small statement. And it's called basically it's called what's called ternary operators, basically. No, it's not called ternary, it's inline. I have just forgotten about basically the name of it. Don't worry, you don't have to memorize each and every name. There is a DSA part in also. I think I have answered this question. Yes, there is DSA part in every line. New line character, yes. Okay, so that's what we call new line character. Is assignment is going to use if else or switch. You have to perform that action using all of the three conditional statement. And for the reference, you can visit the this particular website, web3 schools, and you can use some of the examples here, because I know, and you can revisit this video also, because as much as I've told you, that's all enough about the conditional statements. And there was no DSA assignment for the day to Mohammed. Okay, let me see. Okay, there's no chat here. And do visit our group for one-to-one mentoring session if you if you want to join our complete if you want to get enrolled into the complete course. There you are going to get much into much more details, and we are going to cover everything. Here we are just covering the essential of JavaScript. Okay, so we have covered all of the three condition statements. Now we can move on to we can move on to some of the complicated. Okay, let's now our next topic is, let me continue from the array part of the tomorrow. Okay, that we have left tomorrow. Let me make a array arr, and let me make an array of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so yesterday I've told you about the arrays. Okay, I hope you remember about the arrays. For now, if I want to add something more in this array, like I want to add 6 in this array, how I'm going to do that? For that, all I have to use a function basically, and that's called a push function. So for that, I need to just do the name of the array dot push, and in the bracket I can mention the value that I want to push here. Now in this case, I want to push the value of 6, and let me just console.log it here arr, and also here arr. Okay, so till this line array is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6. So let me just mention it here, array before push, and here array after push, and let's see what we are getting in our output. Let me refresh it, and let's just check our console. So here you're going to get this basically thing, 6 and 6 from the both of the end. And let me check. Okay, let me refresh it again. Okay, now it's going to be fixed. So see, in the first part we are getting 1 2 3 if just let me close it. In the first case you are getting 1 2 3 4 5, and in the second case after the push we are getting 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. And let me open this. If I just open this array into this list particular form, in that case you are seeing here that all both the arrays are getting 6 values, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. And don't worry about it, it's again it's a little bit advanced concept. For that you have to like completely learn about the arrays, about how array actually works. For now, I just want to tell you to add a new value in an array, a new element in an array. Just use this particular syntax, array dot push. And in case if you want to remove anything from the array, and for that what you are going to use, for that you can use slice or array dot pop. Okay, if I just do array dot pop, and let's see what happens. And for that purpose I'm going to pop 2, and let's see, there is a thing I'm going to make you understand here. And let me console log it again, console.log array. Okay, let me refresh it. Here you can see I have mentioned array dot pop 2, but in the output 2 is here, but 5 just got removed. Why? Because array.pop doesn't require any parameter, and it's just going to remove the last element. Okay, that's why. That's why I just enter 2 here, to just make you understand that array.pop is just going to remove the last element, no matter what parameter you are providing it. Okay, and if you want to remove anything in between, you have to use slice. Let me make it. And for the slice, arr dot slice or spice, I think it's slice. Let me console.log it, console.log. Let me log it. I should call it let me log. Okay, I think this is the pro slice or splice. Let me remember. I think it's splice or slice. Okay. Let's check the syntax from the official documentation. Just visit this, and for that we are using official documentation. Okay, so let's see about the definition. The slice method returns array. Okay. So slice methods just return a sub array basically. Okay, let me array 2. Let me do the console log. Sorry, I just got confused. Here we are getting 2, and why we are getting 2? Look, array dot splice is just going to give you a sub array, and for that you have to mention the starting index and the index where you want to, till where you want to get the array. So here, as I told you, the index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the index of 1 is 0, and 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I want a sub array from the index 0 to the index 4. And let me see, let's go with the index of 2. And if we just console log, we just got 1 and 2. Why? Because it started from like 0 and 1, and the last two part, this is never included. So in the case of 0 and 2, it's going to include the index of 0 and 1 only. 2 is ignored. If I just mentioned 3 here, then it's going to return the output of 0, 1, 2. Okay. And as for that matter, let me make a array of names. Array of names. And let me mention some name here. For that, let me, these are some names in my auto suggestion. Okay. I just got it from auto suggestion. Okay, just go with some normal name. John, Jane, and Joey. Jane and Joey. So if I want to like just to get the name John and Jane, so for that I'm going to use array dot name splice, splice, and I'm going to mention slice, I think, not slice. Again, I'm just getting confused. 0 comma 1, and let me console dot log it. Again, you have to practice these things a lot. Okay, so in this case, I got John because index of John is 0 and index of Jane is 1, and this index is ignored till 1. From the 1, everything that is coming afterwards is just getting ignored. If I want to include Jane also, then I have to mention 2. So 0, 1, and after everything after 2 is going to be ignored. And let's see, and we got John and Jane. So that's for, what a splice is for, and let's use splice this time. And let's see, I think splice is also same. Is anything like a splice? Again, we can visit the official documentation. Okay, splice is little bit of I don't think you are going to use it anyways. Splice is used to method to remove element from the array. So basically that's we wanted to use. For that, just try example, and in the case of here, it's going to just remove anything from that. Okay, so the use of a splice is to remove anything between these two index. Okay, so let us assume we want to remove John. Okay, so the index of John is 2, and anything between 0 and 1 is going to be removed. So what's in between from 0 is John, and after like 1, 1 is not going to be removed. But okay, no, I think 1 is going to be saved. Okay, so 0 and 1, and this part is going to be basically this part is going to be removed, 0, and we are going to get Jane and Joy here. Let us see. Let me save it. Okay, let me run it, and we got, I think, I'm getting a little bit confused. I think in this case I have used splice. Let us read the documentation again in this case. Every time I just got confused in array or splice or slice because they have little bit similar names. Okay, adds or removes the array elements and method splice. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to explain you this thing again. Next time I'm just going to write this basically, and I think we just use third parameter also in this case. Okay, so this is the basically case. Don't worry, just remember array.push and array.pop. These are the two functions that you are going to use a lot, and tomorrow we are going to cover the loops And also I'm going to show you a little bit of glance about accessing anything in this particular HTML. So let just hold on and let's us do something here. Let me give it a class of heading. Okay, so it's my basically it's my HTML page, and I've given it a class of heading, and this is basically HTML or CSS part. And here just focus what I'm doing. Document dot query selector. Okay, don't try to understand things right now. Heading and a style, I think sty mm, 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 style dot color equals to red, and let's refresh it. And okay, uh, for now let's keep everything left and right. Okay, let me refresh the thing. So hello world is black here. Okay, by this particular line of code, document.query selector, I have accessed the this particular element from the DOM. And what is DOM? DOM is for now everything in this web page, basically everything. This is DOM for us right now, and we can access anything in this DOM by using document.query selector. And this bracket, we have to mention the class name or the ID name. If you're getting confused, don't worry, we are going to cover this in a very brief explained manner tomorrow. I'm just giving you a glimpses of this. And by after grabbing it, we can change its style, its text, anything. For that matter, let me refresh. So I have just changed the style of it by color to red. Let me refresh it and see the color of this hello world has been changed to red. And we can also change anything. Let me text contain, we can change the text content to by world. Oh, by world sounds so depressing. Still, by world. Let me refresh and see, we got by world. So just I want to make you understand how JavaScript actually access the things in this basically HTML. So it uses DOM actually in internally, and DOM is nothing. All the for now, DOM is this. Let me console.log DOM for you. Let me show you what is DOM. Document. Let's see our console. Console. Refresh it. So it is our DOM. See, if I'm hovering over it, see everything got selected here. You can see this blue thing around everything, my whole HTML page, and inside it, see if I open this document, we got everything same as I have written in my HTML file. Let me make it side by side. You can see here. Let me do a little bit zoom out. See, this particular DOM is exactly same as my HTML page. Here is HTML head tag title. Title is also same body h1 h2. So by using this particular variable, it's also a variable for now for you. It's a variable, and by using this variable, we can access our elements. For that, we use this particular line of code: get element by ID, or just go with query selector, and in the brackets you can mention it the class name of that particular thing you want to access. For like if you want to access this particular h1 tag, and mention its class by dot and the class name. I on what was the class? I heading. So heading, and by using this particular syntax, you have just accessed the like grabbed that particular element. And for that, let's console.log and see what we got in our console. Let me refresh it again and just visit our console. Look, we have accessed this. It's exactly same as our HTML tag. So we are just grabbing this HTML part basically. So this is basically accessing DOM elements. And for that, you can always visit document our official documentation. And here let's check. So here we got HTML DOM, and DOM stands for document object model. And here we're going to get some definitions, and they are also going to use these kind of things. I think attribute, event, Query selector, let us look for a query selector thing we are using. Get element by ID. We can also access the element by ID. Okay, here is a query selector. So we are using this particular syntax and we can try ourselves here. But as we are just going over, like it's a very basic session. So I'm just going to cover every basic thing so that you can make your decision that you want to continue as a web developer. But mark my word, you have to learn JavaScript. If you are in the tech world, then you have to learn JavaScript no matter in which field you are. And after grabbing, we can change the style, content, inner HTML, anything. And we are going to change these things tomorrow in our tomorrow session. And for today, I think it's more than enough. And again, your assignment is going to be making if like let me you have to take input from the user. Take input from user by using prompt, and you have to take the input of email and password. Let me show you how you are going to take input. Just make a variable and equals to prompt, enter your email and for the password, and this is how you are going to get the email and password. Now you have to check if email is equals to anything, any like in this case just use like abc@gmail.com and password is equals to 1234. Okay, and if email is equals to abc@gmail.com and password is equals to 12345, then you have to alert just alert, hooray you're logged in. Okay, and in the case of wrong password, you have to alert try again. Okay, try again. So it's going, and you have to do it by using if else statement, and also by using switch statement, and also by using that simple ternary operator, this basically thing. Okay, use this thing to check the email and password. And if you successfully implement this concept just by using two of the conditional statement, I will consider it as a progress, because you are not going if you just understand one of the conditional statement, you're going to get understand everything. Sir, in the email assignment we need to store the no, we you just complete this file, and you can provide the GitHub link, I think. DOM full form is document object model. Let me DOM stands for document object model. Okay, let me change its color so it's a little bit visible. So DOM stands for document object model. Install add block. I don't understand. I think I have installed AdBlock. Okay. Okay, I will. Um, mm, mm, mm. What's out the community group? And do visit our community link, and there you are going to find everything. Submission link. You are going to get everything in our group. So please do visit our group. You're going to get everything. Mm, okay. I think Vijay Singh, you have answered this question a lot of time. There is a DSA part in JS also, like another programming in JS. Where to submit the assignment? Mahirat, please do visit our group to get the link of submitting assignment. Explain day one assignment. Explain day one assignment for question. I don't understand what you want to say, Devakar. Please explain what you want to say. Push and pop are DSA topic. No, push and pop are not DSA topic. Honestly, DSA doesn't have any kind of topics. It's a basically DSA is just concept of algorithm and data structure, and by using a and these concept of data structure and algorithm are being used by a programming language. Every programming language though have a push and pop operation, but basically it it's nothing related to the DSA part. Basically, this pop is that pop. No, it's also similar to Python's. Okay, huh? Python have so many similarities with JavaScript. Can you tell? There was no assignment for the day two. Okay, so that's enough for today. We will meet tomorrow. I hope you will complete your assignment successfully. And tomorrow we are going to, I think my video is paused. Let me just stop my cam. No, no, my video was working fine. Okay, so we will meet tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to change some of the properties and things in our HTML document. And I'm also going to implement this particular assignment by using input field of the HTML. And after that, we are going to complete a project. I think on the our I think after 2 days, we're going to cover a simple project using these particular things we have learned for now. Okay, so once again, happy Republic Day. Have a nice day. Bye bye.